Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues. Please subscribe to our channel. What role can your child play in determining the custody? Said another way, can a child decide I'm going to live with mom or I'm going to live with dad? The short answer is no. The child does not have that authority. When the child's an adult, God bless. The child can go wherever he or she wants. When the child's a minor, under the jurisdiction of the court, the child can weigh in. Above a certain age, the child can express a preference, but it doesn't mean that he or she gets to make the call, and it doesn't mean the court's going to listen to that preference. The express preference of the minor child is one of 12 unevenly weighted factors that determines custody. So even if the court, the child says, I really want to live with dad, I really would prefer this, A, it doesn't mean that he gets to make that choice, and B, it doesn't mean that the court, while taking it into account, is going to make that decision. The court might decide that while the child really wants to live with dad, it's in the child's best interest that the child live with mom. Much like the court might decide that the child might really not want to go to school, but guess what? It's his best interest that he do so. So we don't let minors make these decisions. We do take the input and we consider it, but at the end of the day, the court is usually going to have to make that choice. Now, having said that, there's a little bit of a sliding scale in that analysis, so that if the child is 7 years old, the fact that the child may want to live with dad or may want to live with mom, that may be a function of the fact that one parent is running a strict police state in their household, the other one's running Disneyland. So of course the child wants to go with the one who has a looser set of rules in the house. That's different. A 7-year-old may make that choice. The court ultimately has to decide it. But if that kid is not 7 but is 17, it's a little bit of a different analysis. The court can decide, nope, I want the 17-year-old to go with mom. But if the 17-year-old wants to go to dad, 17-year-old will get in his car and go to dad, or have a buddy drive him there, and he'll stay with dad. In other words, at certain ages, the court can tell somebody what they're going to do, but as a practical matter, the court is not likely to tell a soon-to-be adult what they should do. The court's probably going to say, look, at age 17, I'm not going to tell this kid, you must go with mom, you must go with dad. The kid's going to decide on their own. If you can work it out, work it out. I will make a ruling and a recommendation, but at the end of the day, it's like forcing someone to have dinner with you. They may sit across the table, but this is not going to be very pleasant company. It's the same thing here. You can tell a 17-year-old, you've got to live with your father, but if a 17-year-old wants to live with mom, it's probably what's going to happen, and the court is not likely to flex its muscles in regard to that. Like I said, if the child is 6 or 7 years old, it's a different story, but once you get to the upper years, you get a little bit of a sliding scale as to what the court is going to do. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.